Welcome to my MANformation journey, our MANformation journey. Here we are in week number 3 of this MANformation training routine. All of this week I'll be training in the 4 to 6 rep range. We start off in week 1 in the 6 to 8 rep range, and I'll explain more how that all works and why this MANformation is perfect if you're a little bit older with a busy, productive life. Today I'm going to train legs, and the first exercise is the leg press, and I will do 3 sets. Now, one thing about this first exercise is that I warm up thoroughly before I do those 3 taxing heavy overload sets. I'll explain that in a moment. All right, with this MANformation training, there are fewer sets, right? Lower volume, whatever you want to compare that to. Most training routines, it's lower volume, right? So you got to train with intensity, especially when there are 4 to 6 reps. But you got to be thoroughly warmed up. And what I do on the very first exercise is I really take my time. I'm even warming up more than I ever did like 10 or 15 years ago, right? So with that first exercise, I did about 8 warm-up sets. Now, it's not a lot of reps, it's not a lot of weights, but I make sure I'm thoroughly warmed up before I really get in to the heavy taxing overload sets, because I've got to really go for it. I'm warming up more and more and more, right? Now, sometimes with the second exercise, like here, I've already warmed up my legs with those 3 taxing overload sets and those like 8 warm-up sets. So I'm doing a squat, so my legs don't have to be warmed up. But it's a different exercise, the squats, than leg press. So even though my legs are warmed up, I do what I call mental preparation sets. So it's not so much I have to be physically warmed up, but it's a different exercise. And so even I am doing more of these mental preparation sets to get myself acclimated to the heavy taxing overload sets. So here we are with squats. It's the second exercise, and I'm going to do 2 sets in the 4 to 6 rep range. So I did about 4 these mental preparation sets. Again, not necessarily a lot of weight, not necessarily a lot of reps, but I really want to get mentally and emotionally ready for these 2 taxing sets. I think that's the biggest thing as I've gotten older. I've always trained lower volume, heavier weight, fewer reps. I think that's part of my longevity. But there's more warm-up and there's more mental preparation sets. So relative to weight is all relative, how much weight you lift. This isn't a big squat with a lot of weight. I try to really feel it. Now those first 3 taxing overload sets, the leg press really hit me. But I'm more conservative, especially with squats. I mean, longevity is very important. All right, I know that I'm not younger. It's about stimulating the muscle taxing overload. I mean, staying consistent, surviving for the next day without getting injured. Squats are an exercise that's effective. I keep them in just like the younger guys, I guess. But I'm a lot more conservative than I used to be with squats. As you see, we got the belt. I have the leg wraps. Really conservative, but I really hit it. 2 sets again of these in the 4 to 6 rep range. Right. Tell you what, this particular leg workout, here I am a few hours after this. This was like 4 o'clock in the morning or so, and I love going on this journey. It's pushing me to a higher and higher level. It's making me focus. I've got to present myself. I really love the challenge. And today was one of my best leg workouts in a very long time. So the third exercise is stiff-legged deadlifts, 2 sets. Again, those in the 4 to 6 rep range. You'll see me wearing straps on this exercise. I just want to feel it in my hamstrings. I don't want to worry about gripping. Get that deep stretch at the bottom, really lower it down in that 1-2 count. Now, I'm really pressing through my heels. When I press through my heels, I really feel it a lot more in my hamstrings, which is really important. You see me standing on that platform, that's because the 45-pound plates, I want to make sure I can go really low, and I have the safety rack there, so I won't really hurt myself there, but that's why I'm standing on that platform. Here I am in week 3. You'll see the intensity, you'll see the weight, you'll see the execution, you'll see the focus. It's all building up here in week 3. I figure, again, I've mentioned this before during some of the other workouts, that about week 5 or 6, I mean, that's when I'm really topping out, and I'm that way to the end of this 10-week training cycle. Last exercise for legs is leg curls. I'll do 2 sets, and these are in the 4 to 6 rep range. You know, I'm visualizing a wide arc, even though it looks the same as the machine's working it. A wide arc, I explode in the 1 count, and I really lower it down in the 1-2 count. Keeping my butt down, trying to feel it in those hamstrings every second on the way up and on the way down. All right, so that's going to do it for the quadriceps and the hamstrings, the legs portion. Now, again, you know, a lot of warming up before actually getting to it. I think half the time I spent in the gym was doing the warm-up. If you include warming up before the leg press and then doing all the mental preparation sets for the before the squats. Right now we're into standing calf raises, and I'll do 3 sets, and again still in the 4 to 6 rep range, right? So we'll get a deep stretch at the bottom. It's almost 1-2, a little movement at the top, right? So I'll bring it up where it naturally comes, then kind of bend my knees and get that extra stretch at the top. So deep, then I go up naturally, bend my knees, and then get on my tippy toes, so to speak. Right, and so I'll do 3 sets again, and those are in the 4 to 6 rep range. A lot of guys, sometimes they do more reps for calves. I keep it consistent, the lower, more intense, heavy weight. All right, next exercise and final exercise of this workout. The next exercise for calves are the leg press, calf raises, 3 sets again, that 4 to 6 rep range. You know, you need to load up the weight in order for this to be effective, but be very careful. Make sure you're stretched out. Make sure you can really feel that weight. I would test it out first when you challenge yourself. Right, so that's going to do it for this legs and calves workout. I got a message for you. I get asked all the time, what is the best training routine? Is MANformation training the best training routine? Is the best training routine for men who are a little bit older with busy, productive lives? Well, you'll follow this journey. I'll tell you, I'll sell you, I'll persuade you why. So here is the Facebook live broadcast I went on to YouTube that I did. So this is the actual live broadcast. When you see that Facebook, YouTube logo, that is what was actually broadcast, what you're seeing here. But what's interesting about this, you know, this little kind of behind the scenes, everything I'm trying to do to, you know, provide this for you, is that I forgot to turn on my other camera. All right, so I'm going to talk about how to figure out the best training routine, exercise, and a diet for you. So that's what this Facebook Live is all about. Really good message here. Something I talk about over and over again, because everybody's looking for the right training routine, the right diet, looking for the right exercise to build this body part. So I talk about it a lot. But like I said, so I have these cameras going. This was actually broadcast live, right? But I realized after I did this set, I like to start off with an intense exercise shot, but I realized my camera was off, that I'm doing my MANformation journey. And always the professional and always wanting to have a great presentation. I said, damn, I forgot to turn on the camera. So I went and now it's turned on. But now here's the challenge. What I had to do was another set, right? I don't normally do 2 sets before I do this Facebook Live. I was backed up against the time with the gym opening and people coming up, but I had to do this right. So I decided I'll do another set, right? Another heavy set after this entire leg workout. And I did another set with no rest basically in between. So now you'll see me do this Facebook Live broadcast that was put on YouTube too. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, guys. Welcome to this live broadcast. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I am Skip LaCour. I'm so glad you're here working out with me today, putting up some numbers, training with even more intensity. I hope you're following my journey, my MANformation journey. Here I am in week number 3. I just trained legs today. I want you to come along for my journey every single day. I'm documenting my training. You're watching me really intensely training in the gym as I build up. You watch me for 10 consecutive weeks, and I voice over the training footage, tell you what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, all the different strategies. So make sure that you follow my MANformation journey. So many men have been sending me emails, really appreciating what I do in the gym. They have been sending me emails, posting comments on YouTube and Facebook and all my social media platforms, so keep on doing that. Hey, I got a quick message for you here today, and that is about what is the best training routine. What's the best exercise to build a certain muscle? What's the best diet? I'll tell you, you can get a lot of different opinions about what the best is. And I want to do my best to not just tell you what I believe is the best, but also influence and persuade you, give you a lot of convincing arguments. Because no matter how logical we think we are, we're all moved emotionally. And when you search for the best strategy, get convinced. Ask why, right? But when all comes down to it, you're going to have to be sold and put that emotion into everything you do. Because the best training strategy, the best workout, the best exercise for a body part, the best diet is all going to be dependent on you, what you put into it. That's what's going to make it the best. That's why so many different people get so many different results from different training strategies. So your best mindset, all right, you being sold, you putting your full focus and attention, willpower, focus, energy, and time into what you do, looking for those higher and higher levels, that's what's going to make it the best. All right, guys,
Make sure you keep on posting your comments, your questions, your suggestions. Whether you're on YouTube or on Facebook, I'm going to post my comments, my responses to your comments, your questions, all throughout the day, all throughout the week, all throughout the month. All right, guys, let's take on the day with a sense of urgency, right? Take charge of your life, make it happen. Use that imagination, that grittiness, and resourcefulness. Have a great day. Have an outstanding day. Have an awesome day. Think big and think bigger than getting bigger.
So that's going to do it for this episode of my MANformation, our MANformation. I want you to come with me, go through journey, spend a few minutes with me every single day that I post these, little by little. You understand my mindset, doing this for over 30 years, helping out men just like you, taking my body over all this year to these different levels, and if you're a little bit older, how I approach it mentally, and physically. So I got a lot of messages for you, a lot of training tips, and this will evolve as we go along. I've got some ideas. Always want to have a message for you along with the training, along with the tips. And so here I was pressed to the end. But I got this in for you guys. I got it in, even though I was running out of time and I had to do a couple sets. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me.